The Disastrous Life of Psyche K is probably one of my favorite comedy animes to rewatch on Netflix. It is so hilarious to the point that even when I know the joke is coming and I know what's going to happen in this series, I always come back and watch it again. This series follows a kid named Kusuo Psyche. He is a psychic. His parents just gave birth to a psychic. He has all these weird powers. And for a comedy anime, you will think there's not a lot of things that happen in this show because it's a comedy anime. Comedy animes are just there to make you laugh. But there's a lot of progression in this series that I want to talk about. And I also want to talk about the characters I love. The one thing I want to talk about is Psyche. Psyche obviously does not want to stand out because of his powers. If people knew about his powers, then people would ask him so many questions and he'll become popular. You would think someone with his powers would think, I want to become popular. But he obviously does not want to stand out at all. And you kind of see that throughout the series where he uses his powers to avoid any situations where he has to talk to people. But it doesn't matter how much he tries to avoid everyone, there's always a few people that want to actually talk to him. And I want to talk about the characters right now. And the first character I want to talk about is Kaido. Kaido is the definition of a anime weeb guy who thinks he has some big powers, like his ultimate powers. And every time he's with Psyche, he always want to talk about how strong he is, how powerful he is. And Psyche's like, yeah, bro, I don't believe any of the crap you're spewing out, but I'm gonna let you dream. And it's so funny because he is probably one of the most sane characters in the series to where he's not that dumb, but he also acts like a kid. And right next to him is another character I want to talk about. His name is Nando, and he's probably one of the dumbest characters in the series, but also causes the most problems for Psyche because Psyche has the ability to read minds, one of his powers that I didn't want to read out. He has the ability to read minds. Nando is so stupid to the point that even Psyche can't read his mind, and he's so unpredictable for Psyche because Psyche has the ability to read everyone's minds, but he's the only character he can't read his minds. And anytime he can't read anyone's minds, he literally calls them Nando 1 and Nando 2 because of the fact he can't read Nando's mind. And there's another thing I want to talk about: Nando's family. The crazy thing about this whole thing about Nando's family, his mom and dad look exactly the same. Wondering where the gag is in this. Like, what's the comic relief for this? They just look alike, and I'm kind of confused. Like, are they like are they like brother and sister? Like, why do they look exactly alike? I probably have to look this up, and I probably put it on the screen for you guys. But that's the thing I just wanted to talk about. I don't get the gag. Now we're down to the character I want to talk about, and his name is Hido. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the whole series just because he always has that energy with him and always strive to pull everyone up from their struggles. He helps everybody out no matter what, and he has so much energy. It makes me want to hit the gym and do some push-ups, sit-ups, any kind of exercise every time I see him. He also has this weird rivalry with Nando, and Nando doesn't even acknowledge that. There's one time he was in a race and Nando was just freaking going backwards, and he also tried to outdo him in the fitness test, and the only reason he beat Nando was because Nando had volleyballs in his chest the shape of boobs, and that's the only reason he beat Nando. But as a character, he's fun to watch. I think everyone in the series seems to like him and seems to respect him. So I got no problems. But another character I want to talk about is Teruhashi. Teruhashi is your typical popular girl. She's always glowing. Everyone likes her. She has her own freaking cult, which is kind of weird. You're obsessed with a girl that doesn't even know you exist, but let them be them. And she also thinks Psyche has a crush on her, but Psyche legit knows her true feelings. She thinks she has the most arrogant attitude ever because she's the most beautiful girl in the school. But and I don't get these like ugly, beautiful things in anime because they all look the fucking same. They all look the fucking same. They all look the same. So I'm confused how you can have a character where they're so beautiful but also look the same as every other character, and that's what I just don't get from her character. But she's the typical popular girl, so that makes sense, but also doesn't because she looks the freaking same. But in the series, you warm up to her. She doesn't act so arrogant as much, and she fits in with the main crew and doesn't use the popularity to overshadow her friendship with Psyche in the gang. And I gotta say, Psyche and them actually have a really good connection, even though they follow Psyche around and Psyche just like, why are you with me? Why are you here? But throughout the series, you see that Psyche actually warms up to them, and you kind of see that at the end of the series where they they throw him a surprise birthday party, even though it's not his birthday, and he seems to actually enjoy being company with them. And I kind of like that, because usually gag shows like One Punch Man or any other show, and I'm not trying to shade any other show that like has no arching story. Like One Punch Man has a story, but I'm just saying that I like a series like this where you see progression in this in a character, not just for like funny laughs and oh ha 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 that's funny. But Psyche K is like that, but it's not like just a gag show where it just makes you laugh, but it also has some heart-wrenching things in there, and Psyche warms up to them, and it was really fun to watch. I love watching this show. If you have watched Psyche K, put it down below and put an anime you guys would like me to review and talk about and give my thoughts on it. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.